Yeah, there's a couple of cool things about Star versus the Forces of Evil, but honestly, Star herself is such a bad character. Like, she's so random, bro, and she has no character development, and she's so fucking stupid, and I just hate her and her magical girl stuff and the random narwhal blasts and everything. I just really dislike her, and I think that she holds the show back, you know what I mean? Don't you sleep on my girl, Star Butterfly. Star vs. the Forces of Evil is fucking awesome, even if the beginning is a little slow. But I see people, even people that already know how great this show is, underestimating Star Butterfly the Underestimated herself. Let me tell you something. Star is what we call a dynamic character, somebody who has an arc, and hers so far in the show is frankly incredible. You compare Season 1 Star to Season 3 Star, and I do not understand how people still rip on this girl. By the way, if you haven't seen the show yet, you really should, and this is going to be a video with spoilers in it, so you've been warned. Star Butterfly starts as a delinquent princess, brash, brazen, and ready to cause trouble. She's somebody who fears the impending responsibility that being queen will eventually put on her, and she wants to have fun and punch monsters. Star questions the status quo and how it relates to her own life and her friends, but she fails to consider larger problems and overarching issues because she has a lack of focus on things above herself. She is confident, sometimes to the point of selfishness, though she also loves to pump others up and help them with their problems. She rushes headlong into fights and adventures, not bothering to plan things out, even if it could help her greatly in the long run. And it's only by interacting with others that she learns where her mindset has its failings. Hey, get out of here, Marco. We're talking about Ms. Butterfly here. Yeah, move along. You'll get your own video. Star is not a subtle princess, and at the beginning of the show, that makes her naive. She interprets some stuff Marco says literally, and suddenly a football game is an actual battle, and she responds accordingly. In another episode, she believes that fortune cookies really tell the future, and she starts following them religiously. Star also doesn't question her history, because she hasn't encountered anything that sparks that curiosity. However, that starts to change in the episode Munipendence Day. Star's doing a reenactment of the battle where the Mumins drove the monsters out of their kingdom, and what's always been shown as a glorious battle to her, an important part of her history, is shown to be a little one-sided. At this point, Star starts to realize that the narrative her family promotes, the one where humans are the ultimate good guys and monsters are the ultimate bad guys, is something which is not based on true events. I'm not going to get too bogged down in plot details here, but as the threats to Star's kingdom, friends, and her own life increase in severity, likewise her maturity increases. She takes her best traits and starts to hone them, turning her naivete into hope in dark situations, and her brashness into decisiveness. Star does this while tempering her negative traits with the lessons she's learned from others. She takes caution at times, and she sometimes waits to figure out what is going on in these strange situations so she can gain the advantage on the threats that surround her and her kingdom. She takes her magic training into her own hands after her book is stolen, and with it her mentor Glossaric, who is bound to the book which contains her spells as well as her family's history. All of this growth leads Star to being ready as she can be, to face the responsibilities of being acting queen late in Season 3. Honestly, this evolution is worth enough on its own for this character to get the respect she deserves. But Star also expands her horizons, and even in times of relative peace, has plans to change the future of Muni. Star Butterfly has dealt with monsters tons of times, and she has had her prejudices challenged again and again and again. And after all of that, she has realized that she has been told a lie about the inherent evil of monsters, one that she no longer believes. After returning to Muni, Star devotes herself to helping monsters gain respect and equality. She reaches out to each of the next generation of monarchs within the allied kingdoms to attempt to forge a new future for monsters, humans, pigeons, ponyheads, and demons alike. She even calls out the hypocrisy of her country for being allied with the demons but forsaking other monsters. There's no real difference as far as Star is concerned, and there really is no fundamental difference. Star makes mistakes, and she has missteps, and as of right now, this part of her development is nowhere near finished, but she is working to be a ruler who means something drastic for the future of Muni. You want to know what the kicker is? Despite all these strides Star makes, people in her own show underestimate her all the time.
Sorry, I've underestimated you.
You underestimated me?
Yeah, I did. Sorry. This stuff looks delicious, though.
There was a fly on it.
They do this even though she's basically an overdog. She's gifted at magic, only sometimes needing to focus on the typical way to do things so she can fill gaps in her knowledge. She's incredibly tenacious and adaptive, and she gets shit done. So, when I see people in real life who underestimate Star, I wonder if they've watched the same show. Because, seriously, the point of Star versus the Forces of Evil is don't sleep on my girl, Star Butterfly.